Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm so grateful that you're able to join me on this awesome afternoon. Look, God is amazing. God is awesome. And I thank you so much for counting it not robbery to join me for a quick word on this afternoon. I know that you can be anywhere else, you can be doing anything else, but you dropped in just to get a quick word. So on today, if you can just drop in the comments for me, drop in the comments for me. Don't make me laugh, Sister Tanya. Drop in the comments for me. Triggered. That's what we're talking about today. Triggered. I was thinking on this morning. I was even thinking on last night. Me and my husband was having a conversation talking about church service and just talking about how awesome God was really moving in the house on this past Sunday. God is always doing something at Divine Destiny Ministry. I just got to drop in that plug. God is always doing something amazing. If you're not a part of DDM, if you don't come to visit, if you don't show up, I'm telling you, you're missing a treat. But anyway, triggered. And I said to him, it was almost as something just snapped in me on this past Sunday. Like literally something just literally snapped. And so when I went in prayer this morning, and as I was writing, I started thinking about just being triggered. And so God started dealing with me about triggered. And I went to look up the word triggered, and it talked about something activating you. Activating you into position, something activating you into place. That sometimes God don't move stuff out of our lives and it because it's there for a reason. We be so busy trying to pray stuff away. We be trying to Lord, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. But sometimes God put people that might agitate you. I talked about this in the business class on this past Sunday. I said that sometimes God allow something to agitate you to get you to place. And so God was saying that sometimes I allow the people in your life to aggravate you, to frustrate you, to trigger you, to know that that's not where you're supposed to be. Sometimes God allow you to be disappointed in the relationship because he want to trigger something in you to make you know that person is not who I have destined for you. So I got to trigger something in you to let you know that you got to keep moving, that you got to keep going, because this right here ain't it. He ain't it, baby. She ain't it. This right here ain't it. God says sometimes I got to trigger something in you, to activate something in you, to make you move, to make you go, to make you let you know that I can't drag my feet right here, that this right here is not my final destiny. And we be so caught up, and God, it hurt. God, is painful. God, I can't move. God saying, yeah, I left you right there for a reason, because I got to trigger something in you. I'm triggering something in you to let you know that I called you to preach. I'm triggering something in you to make you push in prayer more, because I'm calling you to be the intercessor. I'm calling you to be the groundbreaking prayer warrior. I got to push you in a ram in order to make you go, because if I don't trigger something in you, you'll never move. You'll stay right there. You'll get complacent. You'll stay comfortable and start thinking that this right here is my destined place. God said, nah, I put them in place for a reason, because I'm trying to trigger something in you. I'm trying to trigger something in you. I was talking today to one of the clients that came in the place, and she said to me, she said, I could feel your oil off of you when I checked in. She said, what you do? Hmm. I said, Lord, you something else. Because God, during the morning before I first showed up, um, there was some stuff that could have triggered me in the wrong way, because oftentimes we think of something triggering us could set us off. But sometimes God said, I want to set you off in a different way. I want to set you off in a good way. And we be looking at something triggered us in a bad way. Sometimes God said, I got to trigger you in the spirit so that you can get activated, so you can move. The lady said, ma'am, what are you doing? What you got going on? Are what you doing in the ministry? Are you teaching your classes? Are you Never met her before, never saw a day before in my life. And knowing that I was in this place, in this predicament, just to be triggered. See, we always think that somebody triggering me set me off negative. Nah, God said, I'm triggering you in the spirit. I'm activating you. I'm so grateful that I was activated. If I wasn't aggravated, if I wasn't triggered, if I wasn't in a place that was causing me to be uncomfortable, I will settle here. I will settle in a place that God is calling me out of. Sometimes God called you to a place for a season and for a reason. But we get so stuck here. Come on, Prophetess Powers, prophesy to me again. So we be thinking that it's for us to stay there. And God said, nah, I just call you to heal there. That sometimes God is pushing you past where you are. You ain't been triggered enough. And so since you ain't triggered, you will stay in a place that you'll stay there. And God said, nah, I'm calling you out. So I just came to let a few folk know that maybe it wasn't the enemy. Maybe it's God that's triggering you. He's triggering you to get up from where you are because he's calling you for where you're trying to rest in. And he said, now I just gave you an opportunity to get your second win. But now it's time for you to move. This ain't it. This ain't it. This is not it. And every time you think that you got comfortable, God triggered you again so that you can move. If I don't bless nobody else but one person, I want you to know that God is triggering you. It's you just being triggered. Triggered to operate in who God has called you to be. Triggered to start the business. Triggered to start the ministry. Triggered. Triggered to start going forth in prayer more. Triggered. Triggered to operate in how God has called you to do. Listen, this ain't it. This ain't it. I'm telling you. Deacon Alexa slap me on the neck with that sandal so I will move. Yeah, triggered. Yes, I'm in my triggering season. You're in your triggering season, Pee-wee. I promise you that God got so much more for you. It ain't like Sister Nick said, the math ain't mathing. You know why? He didn't mean for it to. Because he was triggering you to let you know that this ain't it. She ain't it. He ain't it. That job ain't it. That ministry that you're trying to settle in ain't it. God is calling you to do so much greater. And I'm telling you, this is just your triggering season. I pray that you have been blessed. Look, I got an appointment. I will talk with you guys later. Join us. Join us Thursday at 8 p.m. The evangelists go forth in power on prayer. I'm telling you, join her. She always got a prayer down in her spirit. Join me on Friday mornings at 6 a.m. for prophetic intercession. I'm telling you that I don't never come in sleepy. I'm always coming in hot because I'm looking for God to do something amazing. I'm looking for God to speak, to be a blessing to the men and women of God. Join us every Friday morning, 7:30 a.m. for intercessory prayer and at 8 a.m. for regular service. There ain't nothing regular about it, but I'm telling you, you got to join us. And then every Monday, if you want your marriage to grow, I'm telling you, if you're thinking about being married, join Marriage Matters. Marriage Matters at 7 p.m. so that we can stop thinking that I'm just meant to just to be by myself. No, I believe that God got somebody predestined for you, and you You want the right man and you want the right woman to be with you so that you can grow and prosper in this walk that God is predestined and called for you to be in. I'm telling you, God is doing some awesome and mighty things. I'm just triggered, y'all. I'm trying my best to keep my peace because I got an appointment today. But I just wanted to come on and just tell you that I'm being triggered in this season. It don't feel good. I don't like it. I like the results, but I don't like how it make me feel. But it's just like going to the gym. None of us don't like how it start off, but we love to see the results. And I'm telling you, God is doing something mighty and something strong. Don't miss it. God is developing us and preparing us for such a time as this. And I'm telling you, you better get ready. Get ready. You just triggered. Have an awesome and wonderful day. And to God be all of the glory.